Hola, hola, bienvenidos. Sean ustedes bienvenidos. ¿Hay alguien por ahí? Está la gente del B6. Bueno, mientras va llegando la gente, vamos viendo cómo era la cosa para hoy. La idea para hoy era continuar, mejor dicho, corregir lo de la clase pasada y a partir de ahí introducir la parte gramatical que tenía este repartido y seguir adelante. Tratar de hacer todo ahí. Bueno, comenzamos entonces. Como dijimos, clase pasada habíamos quedado en corregir estas actividades. Entonces comencemos. Decía la primera parte, read sentences 1 to 12 below. Are they positive or negative? In the case of there's a lot of traffic, that is negative. People are friendly and polite. That is positive. There's a lot of there's a lot of crime. Negative. It is very polluted. Negative. There are nice parks and green spaces. Positive. It has beautiful buildings. Positive. It has good shopping or nightlife. That is positive. Remember that today reopen our shoppings. Especially, I suppose that here in Punta del Este, the shopping must be opened by this hour. There are lots of things to see and do. That is positive. It is expensive to live there. Negative. It is very crowded. Negative. Part B says, read the positive sentences again. In your opinion, which three are the most important for a city? I think, in my case, because I am talking alone, I'm alone right now, I could think or I could suggest that 1 4 10 1 4 at 10 would be the most important for a city, because it is very important that when you go to a new place, friendly and polite people help you. It is crucial that the streets are safe and also clean. And last but not least, when there are lots of things to see and do, you like to return to that place. That's why I should choose, or I could choose 1 4 and 10. Activity 4A said, listen to the conversations. Which cities do they talk about? City number 1 was Dubai, city number 2 was Tokyo, and city number 3 was Sydney. Which city, the part B said, which city has these things? Perfect weather, Sydney. Fast, cheap public transport, Tokyo. Cafes where you can sit outside, Sydney. Cheap restaurants selling local food, Tokyo. Good shops and nightclubs, Dubai. Lots of cheap taxis, Dubai. A terrible public transport system, Dubai and Sydney, because there are lots of traffic. There's a lot of traffic. Sorry. Okay. Then we continue, and in 5A it says, match questions 1 to 5 with answers A to E. Question number 1. What's Sydney like? Question number 2. What's the weather like? Question number 3. Do you like living in Tokyo? Question number 4. What's the public transport system like? Question number 5. And what do you like best about living in Tokyo? Possible answers. A. Yes, Tokyo is a great city to live in. B. Sydney is one of the best cities in the world. C. The weather is fantastic. D. The food, definitely. I love Japanese food. E. The metro system is fantastic. So now I give you a couple of minutes. You are going to match questions with answers. Come on, you can do it. Go, 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 go. Okay, have you finished? Okay, let's see. Number one, what is Sydney like? That goes with letter B that says Sydney is one of the best cities in the world. Question number two, what's the weather like? That goes with letter C. The weather is fantastic. Good, very good. Let's see. 3. And 3 says, do you like living in London? Sorry. Do you like living in Tokyo? And that goes with A. Yes, Tokyo is a great city to live in. Very good. Let's see. 4. What's the public transport like? Ahí podríamos agregarle what's the public transport system like. That is number 4. Number 4 goes with E. The metro system is fantastic. What is and 5. What do you like best about living in Tokyo? And it goes with letter D, and letter D said the food. Definitely. I love Japanese food. What about you? What do you like? Do you think that Japanese food could be nice for us or not? I don't know. A lot of fish, I think. Do you like fish? If your answer is yes, Japanese food could be something good for you. If you don't like Japanese food, oh my god, I don't know if you could like to live in a place like that you don't like food, but maybe you have other possibilities. Yes? Okay, let's move. Part 5b says, match questions 1 to 5 with the rules below. The rules said, one, we use like, the verb, to talk about something you enjoy or think is nice. And rule number 2, we use be like to describe or give your opinion about something. Okay, so rule number 1, we use like, the verb, to talk about something you enjoy or think is nice. And number 2, we use be like to describe or give your opinion about something. Okay? Good. So in this case, we have to see which rule goes with each of the questions, right? Okay, in the case of number 1, Number 1 says, what's Sydney like? As you can see, in that case, we have verb be and also we have the like at the end of the question. What's Sydney like? So, in that case, we have to say that number 1 goes with rule number 1. What about number 2? Sorry, I misunderstood. I did it wrongly. What is Sydney like goes with rule number 2. Be in what's and like at the end. That is be like. That is rule number 2. Okay, now let's continue. Question number 2. Once again, we have what's the weather like. The what's, that is the verb be, and like at the end of the question. So there we have also rule number 1. Sorry, we have again rule number 2. That is be like. Question number 3. In question number 3, what do we have in question number 3? What can you tell me? Yes. In question number 3, do you like living in Tokyo? That is rule number 1. We only have the like. We don't have the verb be. So that is rule number 1. Good. So let's move to question number 4. And in question number 4, says, what's the public transport system like? In that case, we are again with rule number 2. That is to say, verb be plus like. So in that case, again, we have rule number 2. And the last one, it says, and what do you like best about living in Tokyo? What do you like best about living in Tokyo? In that case, we have only the like. So the question is goes with rule number 2. No, sorry. What do you like best? Goes with rule number 1. Only the like is there. Rule number 1. Okay. Good. Well, in activity 6, I show you. In activity 6, the idea is to complete the conversation using both rules of like and be like. In the case you think like is the best answer, you are going to complete the question using all the information and your reference to using like or be like in the question. For example, number 1, it says, I've never been to Madrid. What's, y ahí ya tenemos el verbo be, entonces sería caso 1, caso 2. Si yo tengo el what's, ¿eso qué era? Eso era verbo be. Por lo tanto, sería un caso como la regla número 2. Entonces, ahí tendríamos what's Madrid like? What's Madrid like? Y ahí nos quedaría what's Madrid like? Y nos responden, it's a lovely city. There's a great atmosphere and the people are really friendly. Así que nos hace una descripción, por lo tanto, lo que hicimos está perfecto. Number 2. Living in Moscow. I love it. Como dicen los de McDonald's. I love it. It is one of the best cities in the world. 3. Part A. It's a question. Your new flat. And the answer is it's very small, but it's near the city center. 4. Part A. What best about living in Rome? The food. I love Italian food. So I give you a couple of minutes so you can do the activity and then we check. Okay, do it. Okay, let's check. Number 2. It says, part A, do living in Moscow. Podría ser, do you like living in Moscow? I love it. It is one of the best cities in the world. Number 3. A. We have nothing initially and nothing at the end. That's one of the cases in rule number 2. What's your new flat like? It is very small, but it's near the city center. 4a. What do you like best about living in Rome? The food. I love Italian food. Let's move on to activity number 7. It says, choose 2 cities you know well. Write down 3 positive things and 1 negative thing for each city. 7b. Work in groups and take turns. Describe the cities and say why you like or don't like them. Which of the cities should be in the top 10 places to live in and why? It's en lugar de ponerle working groups, ya que estamos en a special moment, va a transformarse simplemente en describe the cities and say why you like or don't like them. Which of the cities should be in the top 10 places to live in and why? Ok, bueno, así que estas 2 actividades que son para hacer una descripción. Tenemos por un lado supongo que yo pusiera city 1. You have your description, 3 positive things, entonces pondríamos positive things, 1, 2, 3, and then we have to write 1 negative thing, and write it 1. Then we have city number 2, and again we could copy this and write positive things 1, 2, and 3, and negative things, which was only one of the options. After that, we are going to describe the cities and the possibilities. Okay? Good, very good. So If there are no questions, we are going to finish right now. Remember to finish this activity. Yes. And see you next week. Remember that next week we are going to restart classes at high school. Some of you are going to come, the rest are going to continue like this. Okay? So if there are no questions, I'm going to see you next class. Bye bye. See you. See you next week at high school. We don't have our timetables yet, so I tell you during the week. Okay? See you. Bye bye.